All right, creators, ready, set, let's go. Hey, my creators, I want to show you how you can brand your print on demand store. And you can do this yourself. You don't have to pay people to do this. It's very easy to do, so don't be intimidated. We are going to use canva.com, and I am actually on canva.com right now. I have a pro version. I love the pro version because there are so many different elements and fonts and features and apps that you can choose from versus the free version. You can do a lot in the free version, but really a lot of the elements you really have to have the pro version because you want the good elements. All right. So we are going to start on the left hand side. We're going to create a design, and when you choose create a design, you'll see that some templates come up here for you to choose from, and they go across if you hit the arrow. But we are just going to go all the way back to the left because the one that we're going to choose is the Instagram post, the square size 1080 by 1080. So I'm going to click on this, and we are going to get a new workspace in this size. All right, my creators. So Canva has given us our own workspace in the size that we determined from the beginning, 1080 by 1080. The great thing about this 1080 by 1080, not only can you use it in Instagram, but you can also use this in Facebook. It will fit very well. So on the left-hand side, we're under the design tab, and now all we have to do is decide which one of these beautiful templates we want to start our own design from. So let's do something dramatic. So let's click on this one. And when you click on it, it pops over on the left-hand side. And now we can start determining what we want to move off of the template. So I don't want the shoe, so I'm going to click on that and choose the trash can. Some of the fonts I think I will leave. The reason I like the templates is because they have font combinations already there for you. So if you're not good with choosing fonts, you can just use what they have available for you. So let's move this up a little bit, and let's move this up a little bit. And we are going to, let's see, move some other things around. So I'm going to use my mouse to choose everything that I want to either group or move around. So let me group this together right now. That way, when I move it around, it is in its own spot and it won't be bothered. Let me move this one down as well, but I don't want it too far back because I don't want to forget it's there. So let's make this a little bigger just so we'll remember that this is on the page, because you see it's kind of blending in with the background, so I don't want to lose it. So now let us go over to the uploads and let's start uploading our templates, or not templates, but our mock-ups. Okay, creators, I have uploaded my mock-up and I've put this over onto the workspace because these are the mock-ups that I'm going to use on our first social media post. So what I want to do, I want to remove the background from here. So when you don't see the option on the mini menu bar to remove the background, you can click on edit, and when you click on edit, there should be an option under Magic Studio for background remover. So we're going to remove the background, and it did that quickly. And now what I want to do is click back on this image, and I want to duplicate it because I'm going to crop each one of these images. So I'm going to crop this down to this one, to the sweatshirt or the long sleeve shirt, and I'm going to crop this down to the woman wearing the long sleeve shirt. So now we have both mock-ups on our design on our template. I'm going to move her to the top because the top of her hair is cut off. So I'm going to move her to the top, and I'm going to just make this bigger. And I can actually move her over some because we are just wanting to make sure that people see the design on the shirt. And this one I'm going to put over here, and I'm going to make this a little bigger. And I think I will kind of put it behind her a little bit. This is just kind of showing that, hey, this is what she's wearing. I'm going to take our shadow and I'm going to move that back up some. And I'm going to put it kind of in the middle here. I'm going to go to position and I'm going to move it to the front. Did it move to the front? Yeah, it did. It moved to the front because you can see the shadow around it. And now I'm going to take this piece that we used before, and that we grouped before rather. And let me make this smaller again. Move this over here. Now you'll see I can't grab the 75% off sign. So I need to make sure I'm on the position tab, which is here. And I want to click on layer so I can start moving things around. So we want to move this in front of the shadow box or shadow circle. So now we can grab that easily. Okay, so now we can just start playing around with things. I'm going to change the text in here so that it makes sense for what we are selling, and I will be right back. All right, my creators, you see that I changed the text in here to say artistic apparel. And is that how you spell apparel? No, there's only one L in apparel. All right, so we have to make this fit. So I am moving things around again. And again, as I always tell you, that's just part of design. So let's move this on the bottom, or not the bottom, to the right, make that a little larger. Move our shadow back over here. Let's click on the spacing option. Okay, and we are just kind of moving these two words a little closer together. We're going to move this over. And I think we might be able to put this over here. Yep, think so. Got to crop this a little bit more. Okay, now let's let's lock this one in place. So I'm going to click on the three dots here and we're going to lock this position. Now let's move this up. Let's grab these two items. Move that. It's so many different layers on here. So I'm just going to do this individually. Move this up. And now we're going to move this up. So it's a lot of playing around, which is good. We can do a lot with this. Let's click back on position so we can get to the layers tab. And let's move this stuff around within the layers tab. So I think this is this. So let's move that right under there. What is this? Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff on here. I love this. Very nice. All right, so we are almost finished. And now all we want to do is down here on the bottom, we want to put our logo or something like that. So let's find your logo. Let me actually just find my logo and I'll upload that on there. You always want to brand yourself. It doesn't have to be that huge, but you do want to brand yourself. So if you have a logo, make sure you put your logo on there, either at the top or the bottom or somewhere. It can be modified, but you definitely just want to make sure that your name is on there. More so because if people steal your design, it's branded. But no one with common sense would steal it because you are advertising your own item. So why would they want to steal that? But you never know. People steal everything. Let me go back to position. Let me click on order now so that it selects it on the page. Move that up a little bit. Okay, so all we have to do is click on text, and right here we're going to put some information like your website name. I don't want to do that. I just want a regular piece of text. So here we go. Move it up. Make this smaller. Because this background is so dark, most of the text should be in white or beige. Or if you put a background behind it, like a white background, then you can make the text in a color. But I don't want to do that. I just want to make this white, I think. So there we go. And I'm going to put www.joyartclub.online. So if you're putting this on social media, you want to put all of your following information on here, because if you're putting this on different pieces of social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you just want to go ahead and let them know everywhere that they can find you, because if they're on Twitter, they don't know what your Instagram is. So, and if it's the same everywhere, then you can just type that. Now we're going to go over to elements, and we are going to find the logos for each social media. So let's see, Facebook, or let's just type in social media and see if that comes up. Okay, graphics. Okay, here is Facebook. Here is Instagram. Do they have a TikTok in here? If you don't see it right away, you can just type it in. So TikTok. And I almost guarantee you that they have something in here to represent each social media platform. So here's TikTok. So what we're going to do, we're going to make all of these the same size. So I'm moving them around so I can grab each of them without grabbing anything else on the page. And now I can reduce them to the size I want. Let's drag it over here. Let's move our name up a little bit. We can actually make this a little bit larger. Hit the Shift key to select all of your social medias again. Okay, we're going to make those smaller. These don't have to be that large because people know what these are. It's not letting me move it around. You can use this little cross at the bottom to move things around. All right, so now we are telling people where they can find us on each social media platform. And if you have other social media platforms like X or Rumble or whatever you want to put up there, you can probably find it in the Elements tab. So now I just want to line these up. So I'm going to use my Shift key again and start grabbing the items that I want. And now I'm going to click on the three dots here. I'm going to choose, actually, we should go up here on the top where it says, well, actually, no, we can stay here. You see where it says Align Elements? We just want to align everything to the top. So this way it brings everything into alignment and it's perfectly there. So I'm going to pull this over a little bit. I'm going to pull over our logo a little bit, bring this down. And now we are finished. Now, you know me, I love my gold. So I'm going to type in gold slash. This is my favorite one. It's a pro element. I'm going to make it smaller, much, much smaller. I'm going to rotate it a little bit and I am going to bring it down here. I'm just going to duplicate it. And this just gives a little separation between our information and our t-shirt or sweatshirt apparel information. So down here is our social media information. I really like this. And we want to change this. You probably are not going to be given 75% off. Let's say 15% off, up to 15% off. And now we have our beautiful, beautiful social media posts. So you are starting to advertise your social on your social platforms, your beautiful print on demand store, which you need to get started now with. How many of you have started? I'm going to give you a 30-day challenge, okay? So put in the comments if you have started your social media platform. If you have not, let me know what you need. What are you looking for? And I'll try to help you as much as I can. All right, my creators. So now we want to resize this design into 1080 by 1920 pixels because that's the size of the video for TikTok. Now, if we were only making a TikTok design when we started out on Canva and said to create a design, we could have chosen the 1080 by 1920 size. But the reason I didn't do that was because I wanted to save time so that we can make 3 different social media sizes, right? So we did the one which is showing here for Facebook and for Instagram, and this one is 1080 by 1080. It's a perfect square. But now we want to resize this. So the first thing I want to do is go up here where the name is, and we want to name this. So let's name this social 1080 by 1080. That way we know the size. Okay. So we're going to click on file and I'm going to click on save to make sure that it saves my design. Now I'm going to choose resize on the top on the left hand side. And when you choose resize, we are going to choose a custom size. Now we possibly could go to social media here and see if it allows us. It does. You see right here where it says TikTok video, we can choose this and it is going to resize this. Now, make sure you choose copy and resize because you want to retain this design. If you choose resize this design, it's going to actually resize this design, which means that your 1080 by 1080 will disappear. So make sure you choose copy and resize. So let's do that now. And Canva is resizing our design. All right, so you see it gives us the option. It says open mobile video. So we're going to click on that and we are going to open up this particular size that we've now just created, which is a 1080 by 1920. All right, so Canva has resized our design and you see that everything is still on the page, but we are going to start working to move things around. All right. And you see at the bottom here, all of these digits. Well, this is the seconds and up to the 1 minute mark for the video because on TikTok, you can make your videos now, I believe, 1 minute long. I don't know if it's recommended to do that. So you might not want to do that, but this is where we can start, making things. We can animate things if we want to. So I'm going to start moving some things around here. We're going to try to keep everything basically in its same position and just, make them fit into place. Now, with her, I don't know if we're going to make her as large as we had her. And the good thing about the videos, you can duplicate the pages and you can put each of these on a separate page. So maybe we'll do that. So if I go down here on the bottom, I'm hovering over the first video page and I'm going to click on the three dots and I'm going to choose to duplicate this page. So now that I've duplicated this page, I can click back on the first one and start deleting what I don't want on the first page. So I don't know if we want to show her or show the t-shirt first. Let's choose to just show the t-shirt first. And let's move this up a little bit. Now, also what I want you to remember is that sometimes on TikTok, you'll see videos and like you can't see all the words and everything on a person's video. That's because they have not really taken the time to make sure that their text is out of the way of the part that won't show up on the video. So we want to make sure that our text is shown. So we're going to make sure it doesn't come to the very edges of the page. So I'm just making that larger. Move this over. Okay, I think we locked this. Did we lock this? Yeah, we did. So let's unlock this now. Make this a little wider, not that much. And now we're going to move this sweatshirt over. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to take this, move it up to the top. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to select both of them and we're going to group them, and then we're going to duplicate it and we're going to put it on the other side. Make sure this is in the middle here. I'm going to move our social media information and our branding information down some. I'm clicking on all three of these social media icons. Uh-oh, I must have missed it. I'm just using the cross to move it down. So while I have that highlighted as well, I'm going to choose the name, make that larger. Here is my logo. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This will not be seen on the video because you know how videos on different platforms, they have all the information at the bottom and stuff like that. So you want to make sure your items on your page are seen. So let's move all these up a little bit. So you don't have as much room to work with as they show you. You don't have the full 1080 by 1920. Okay, I'm just moving things around a bit. Oh, forgot to take this off of there. We don't need that. I think on the other one it's hidden by the lady. Okay, let's move this down a little bit. We can actually, I don't know if that's going to stay there. We might have to move that around. All right, let's hold the shift key and let's grab all of these together if we can, or as many of them as we can. It didn't grab it. What happened? Okay, I'm holding the shift key and I'm holding that. Okay, now it's moving down. Order now. I want the little white box behind it, but it didn't move it. Let's get it individually. I think what we'll do is maybe put this over here. I don't think, well, we could put this at the bottom. Just give it a little, as my late mom used to say, a little pizzazz. Let's duplicate it. Duplicate it. Duplicate it one more time. All right. Now let's make our sweatshirt bigger. All right. I think we might be able to move this up just a little bit. We are going to put these words a little bit closer together, the lines. Make this as large as possible without going off the edges. All right, cool. Now, I'm going to put the shadow right here. Move this over. So again, I'm just ensuring that when the video is played on TikTok, because TikTok is going to brand itself. So it's going to have some stuff at the bottom and you won't see everything that you have placed on your video, or your visitors won't see everything. So let's move this up a little bit. And actually, you know what? On here, I don't like that. We don't need that. All right. So I do love my goal, but sometimes I will, for the sake of the design, delete it. So now what we're going to do, we're clicking on this sweatshirt here and we are going to animate this. So let's do, I love what Canva, now they have these new features, and it makes it look like it's being painted onto the design. There's ink or digital or brush, spray paint. So whichever one you want to choose. So I think I want to choose a spray paint, and I just wanted to do it when it enters. We're going to click on artistic apparel and we are going to have the letters to roll in. Yeah. On enter and each character. I like that. And up to 15%, we are going to have those skate in. And very slow. Since we have a whole minute. All right. So there's our video. So we are ready. We have all three designs. Now, don't worry about this empty space up here, because remember, this is where your video on TikTok is probably going to be branded with some information from TikTok. All right. So this is page 1. So we're not quite ready. Let's go over to page 2. So now we can delete the sweatshirt. We can delete some of this because we have that on the first page, although you could repeat it if you want, but I want to be able to just kind of show her. All right, so let's move this down. And you know what? This is what we're going to do. Let's delete this. Delete that. Let's delete this. I'm going to hold the shift key, so I'm choosing all of these. And I'm going to delete all of those. We're going to go back to the first page, and what we're going to do is we're going to hit the shift key and grab all of these, because we're just going to copy this. Choose the 3 dots, choose copy, go over to your second page, right click and paste, or if you're on a PC, you could choose Control V. All right, so it just copied everything right into place, so I don't have to worry about trying to place everything again on the page. So we may be able to move her down a little bit or make her even larger. I'm keeping her at the top because remember her hair was cut off. All right. I'm going to crop her just a little bit. All right. So now also, let me go back over here. Let's see. I'm going to tell you what else we're going to do. We're going to position her. We're going to position her backward because we want to grab this artistic apparel. I want to delete this. You know why? And this one as well, because on the first page, we have it animated. So we're going to copy these. See if it copied everything. Okay, so right click, copy, go over to your second page, Control V or right click and paste. We're going to move these into place, but we copied because these are animated. Remember we animated them? So now let me choose these and move this over some. Artistic apparel, we can make this smaller. Or we could choose to take this off of here. Let's take this off of here. Let's just keep new arrival. We'll make this bigger. It's okay that it's going across her head. Now we've got page 2. So we have a 10-second video. So you can make it longer. You could duplicate this again. You could put some words on your third page. You could, tell people who you are, whatever you want to do, you can do. But now if we choose to play the video, it's going to show us what the video looks like. So let's do that now. All right, creators, let's play our 10-second video and see what it looks like. So you go to the top on the right, click on the arrow where it says 10 seconds, and it's going to show our video. Oh yeah, I love it. This is great. And you know what? We could choose to pull her down some because remember I told you the TikTok is going to, brand its own video. So we might pull her down a bit. So let me show you how you can deal with that. We're going to fix her hair. All right. All right, creators, let's get creative. All right, so let's pull her down for a minute. Let's duplicate her. And I just want the hair piece and just part of the hair. So I am cropping it down a little bit and I am going to rotate this. Don't you love when I say a little bit? I just realized that I say that all the time, like a kindergarten teacher. So we're just playing with these pieces. I'm duplicating just so I can give her some hair at the top a little bit. I was getting ready to say a little bit again. Oh boy. All right. And we can make it bigger. And let's duplicate this large piece. So this is how you just kind of manipulate, when you have hair or something that's cut off. And AI images will often do that. Okay, so now she's got a full head of hair. So I'm going to use my shift key to select all of the pieces that we created. Is that all of them? There's one more in there. And I'm also going to choose her. And now we are going to group these together. Here's the group button on the bottom. So now when I move this, yep, oh, we missed one piece, but I don't even need that piece. So let me delete that piece. All right, so now we can pull her to the top a little, some. We can pull her up some. Let's move her backward by clicking on the position tab. And now we have the word or the words new arrival. Let's click on top of her. Let's click on layers and let's start moving things around. So I want her to be behind all of this stuff. All right, so we have to, let's see if we can do this. So in this case, I'm pulling her kind of towards the bottom, but not all the way towards the bottom, because when TikTok brands itself down here, it'll only cut off like her jean area, right? So, but let's put her behind all of our other things. And we got to move these around a little bit. There I go. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Okay. I promise I'm going to try to stop saying a little bit. All right. So something's moved out of, let's move this up some. Let's move this up. We are going to move the social media info. Come on, Canva, stop playing with me. Okay, I'm just going to group them. I'm going to move them all down some. The website name I'm going to put up here. You can make it a little bit bigger. All right, so now we have our video resized. So let's hit play and see what happens. Okay, that's page 1. That's page 2. There we go. And of course, you know, when you go on to TikTok, you can add the music that you want and everything. But here is our design. What happened to the 15% off? Okay, we got to go back. Let's ungroup this. Let's go to the layers tab. Why didn't this show up? Let's play it again and see what happened. Why did that do that? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have our video, guys. We have our TikTok video. So let's go back and check out what we did on the first design. All right, creators. So on the left-hand side, we have our social media post ready for Facebook and Instagram. And on the right side, we have our cute video that is ready for TikTok. And you'll notice at the bottom, I went back and I did something just a little bit different, creators. I put the gold slash on the bottom. I went ahead and did that. Yes, I did. I'm guilty. But the reason I did that was because, you know, I hate for art to just cut off like that. Art should never end. So I put the little gold slashes on the bottom, and I could have moved it over a little bit to the right. A little bit, yes. Well, I could have I could have moved it over some to the right as well, but I didn't do that. But you get the drift of all of this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you got something from it, and I hope that you now understand and have the confidence that you can brand your own print on demand store. Yes, you can. And just remember, the key to success is consistency. You have to be consistent. Don't give up. You may not be a success in a month or two. It might take a year, but the point is you have to just keep putting it out there so that people will see you and notice you like I do. I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And remember, the more we create, the less we hate. See you in the next video.